BigTruDat, biggest bloomer. Hold on, let me get a little more light. I might can't see me. There we go. BigTruDat, biggest bloomer, man. We on bloomer time. We on bloomer time. Fix the shirt. Yeah. Top of the morning. For y'all jump in. When y'all jump in, be sure to jump in and bam, hit that like button. So, what it do, folk? What it do? Hey, man. You know, it's always gonna be some controversy, man. It's always gonna be some controversy. You know, controversy sell. Controversy is a driving force in the media. You know. So, me personally, what they be saying, I don't have a dog in the race. But I do want to come over and hit y'all with a little reaction. As we all know, some of the biggest news in the media that's been going on in recent days is President Trump. President Trump doing what he do when it comes to a lot of people that have been in prison, whether they was friends or people from other different walks of life. You know, he been doing this thing and he been commuting people, pardoning people. He been letting people go. And in saying that, one of the people he didn't let him go, but he commuted his time, which was the time that was in the federal, was Larry Hoover. Social media went wild. You had everybody dancing, jumping, hoorah, who ran. For Larry Hoover. And here it go. Just a couple days later, you got 1090 Jake. 1090 Jake just dropped a video where he's talking about paperwork, some shit that happened allegedly for entertainment purpose, everything I'm saying. But some shit that happened back when, supposedly happened back when he was 18, still in high school, damn near 60 years ago. So we're gonna run a reaction. We're gonna run the video and then we're gonna give a reaction on it. Do we care? Big deal. Should people care the fact that, I feel like a lot of the people that really just celebrate him nowadays, they celebrate him for, I think a lot of people just want to see him out more so than ever. They not wanting him to get out and they're not trying to flock around him for the sake of, hey, you leading us to the promised land. I don't think there's none of these guys' agenda that's, kind of been out here boots on the ground for the last 30, 40, 50 years. So we're going to get into this video, though. It's 1090 Jake. Y'all check it out. Let's go.
Historic paperwork that hit the internet that I'm not even responsible for. But I fact-checked it. And in this video, we're going to be speaking on Larry Hoover, identifying two...
We're going to let 1090 Jake speak on it. We just going to react.
That shot him.
Tell him, bro. Who free, bro? He free. Who? Larry Hoover, he free, bro. Yeah, sir. Larry free. They mad that we is GD. Free. Them gangsters. Free Larry Hoover.
Now President Trump just gave the presidential middle finger to anyone who ever called him racist after not only pardoning NBA YoungBoy who's about to go on a mega tour, but commuting the sentence of the.
Today, Pepper and George have written a very full list of activities they'd like to do, but will there be enough time? They'd really like to have a picnic, make smoothies, paint a picture, jump in muddy puddles, do a fashion show, play with stickers, play with toys, water the flowers, dance to music, go swimming, go to the park and be back just in time for dinner. Mummy Pig thinks they can do some of Pepper and George's list today, but probably not everything. So Mummy
Larry Hoover.
His name is Larry Hoover. He's the reputed leader of the Black Gangsta Disciples street gang, one of the largest in the nation. For 20 years, he's been locked behind prison walls because of a murder conviction. This week, he goes before the state parole board, and he could soon be a free man.
Done my time. I paid my debt to society. Anytime you do a extensive amount of time, it could have two effects. It could harden you, or it can make you think. And I thought.
Now, for those that don't know, Larry Hoover is the founder and former leader of the Gangsta Disciples, a major street gang based in Chicago that spread from the Midwest, dominating parts of the South, and even reaching out to the Northeast. To this day, many prominent rappers are members of the Gangsta Disciples, while other rappers have been known sworn enemies to the Gangsta Disciples. Larry Hoover, a kingpin, gang lord, murderer, is a man whose name has held power for over 50 years. But today, his legacy is in question as the unthinkable has happened. Remo from No Jumper would post to Instagram a photo of what appears to be prehistoric paperwork, detailing a shooting in which Larry Hoover himself was the victim. Parker High School sat in the Inglewood neighborhood on the south side of Chicago. On September 4th, 1968, it was the first day of school, and it would be turned to a crime scene. Leader of the Supreme Gangsters, 18-year-old Larry Hoover informed the police that he was standing in the school hall outside the principal's office when two members of the East Side Disciples appeared. They were identified as 18-year-old James Highsmith and 20-year-old Larry Longstreet, and they did not go to Parker High. Hoover told police the two walked past me in the hall, and Highsmith smiled. Then Longstreet said, "Burn him," and Highsmith pulled a gun and started shooting. I got hit. Larry Hoover, the 18-year-old leader of the Supreme Gangsters that came before the Gangsta Disciples' creation, flat out told the police two rival gang members entered his school and shot him. Bullets struck two other students, both 15 years old.
Like I said once
Larry and
again,
two others were all shot in the legs.
Does it matter?
And rushed to a hospital. Only minutes after the shooting, police arrested the two gang members who were out on bond for two separate shootings. A Cook County grand jury would indict the two men on charges of aggravated battery on Larry Hoover. Now, this is going to piss a lot of people off, but before I do that, I wanted to confirm whether this was even true. Because this didn't seem to be an arrest report. This looked like a newspaper clipping. So I dug into the Chicago Tribune dating back 57 years ago. And what I found was page 14 of the Chicago Tribune from September 5th, 1968, the day after the shooting. The article was titled, "Police Arrest 2 in Shooting of 3 Students, Gang Rivalry Blamed for Violence." 3 youths were shot down in Parker High in what police described as a continuing battle between rival street gangs.
Man, we just get into this latest content,
by
man.
the victims in the hospital and several other witnesses. The police identified Larry Hoover as a gang member, and again, the article would state Hoover told police who shot him and how it happened. Now, this would be considered snitching by anyone following the quote-unquote code. But what about the one who created the code? This was Larry fucking Hoover, the founder of the Gangsta Disciples, a man whose name is at the top of Chicago gang lore along.
Like I said, doesn't matter.
This wasn't the last time he'd be mentioned in a newspaper. 2 years later, it was 1970, and Hoover was one of 3 arrested for gunning down a 19-year-old on 69.
The only crime
3
I
years
see is
after
the
that,
hairstyle.
a 24-year-old was kidnapped and shot to death. Hoover would be picked up on a murder warrant, and a week later, a witness set to testify against Hoover was found dead on the south side with 2 holes in the back of his head. It was too late, though. The 26-year-old had already given a deposition to police stating he witnessed Hoover and another man kidnap the victim the day before the victim was murdered.
No one, not even WhatsApp, can see your personal messages.
They dumped his
Maybe
body
he thought he was
in the
gonna die,
house,
shit.
allegedly because he was suspected of stealing drugs from the gang's supply. This murder was what took Larry Hoover off the streets of Chicago at the age of 23. Deemed a
So this is the 200 years right here that he broke down. So what Trump did was commuted the life sentences in the feds. So according to, the Chicago case where he had the 200 years at, this is what 10 Jake is speaking on and alluding to right now.
Killer who'd been involved in multiple shootings and murders, Hoover was sentenced to 200 years in state prison. While inside,
Right.
Hoover continued to lead the Gangsta Disciples, which led to a 17-year federal investigation. In 1995, Hoover was indicted by the feds from state prison.
Saying how it's a
and
crazy
2 years
time for
later
this type of shit to
sentenced
come
6
up too,
federal
right?
life sentences for conspiracy, extortion, money laundering, drugs, and
All
continuing
these
to
years.
engage in a criminal enterprise. Larry Hoover
A 60-year-old
ran the
crime.
state prison system like a Gangsta Disciples
I mean, a
Hoover.
60-year-old.
So the feds took him where he'd be helpless, stripping him of all power. In prison since 1973, Hoover spent nearly 30 years at ADX Florence, the federal supermax. His neighbors would be terrorists, mass killers, and cartel leaders. His cell could only hold 1 man. A shower would be brought to his cell, and his mail would be seen through a screen as physically touching it was too much of a privilege. Larry Hoover, for the last 30 years, has been in a cold concrete hell until now. Trump commuted the sentence of Larry Hoover, which led many to believe Hoover was going to be a free man. But many fail to realize Hoover was serving 200 years before the feds stepped in, and he has to finish it. A bittersweet victory for those that know him, as he's one step closer to home, being now that he'll be back in Illinois. But at 78 years
Walla,
old,
what it do?
it isn't known how long he has to continue fighting for his freedom. One would assume he'd be treated like a god in Illinois State Prison. The man is a Chicago legend, but one can also wonder, why is it always when someone's about to be released, paperwork comes out of nowhere? We saw the same thing happen with Big Meech, and how everyone, including Meech, thought he'd be welcomed home like royalty, and instead, the former drug lord is doing Instagram promo. But what about the GDs? How are they going to react to reading the clear black and white of Larry Hoover? The very
Wax
founder
said this
of the
about Larry
police,
Hoover.
identifying the 2 rival gang members who shot him when he was 18. Does it not count because it was so long ago, or because Hoover became so powerful, nobody dared talk about his statement without the risk of being killed? As of May 29, 2025, Larry Hoover is no longer in federal custody, and according to the Illinois Department of Corrections, he's been transferred to Dixon Correctional Center, a medium security prison. Hoover's current release date is October 25th, 2066. Now I'm gonna say this first and foremost, and with all due respect. If you weren't born in the 50s or the 60s or are a direct relative of Larry Hoover, I don't give a fuck what you have to say. Because if you're one of these GDs that's my age, 30 or younger or even older, talking about why are you talking about it, he don't even know who the fuck you are. This man's been in prison since 1973, So you can save all that gangster shit. I don't want a bunch of pitchforks emojis on my fucking Instagram. I don't give a fuck, to be honest. But it's very interesting that this paperwork came out.
Yeah, he pulled up the paperwork.
Right? I don't know who had this shit. I don't know
that
if the Stones was holding it. I don't know
bullshit.
if somebody was waiting for it, right? But they literally waited until his sentence got commuted, which...
Let's see. Let's see what Wack talking about. I said it was a hit on Tory line. Shit. Oh, Wack started this? Oh, okay. Larry to the shit, the whole gang. Fact. Why would he? Like, just think about it. I was thinking that too now, right? I was thinking that too now. I'm pretty sure it was so much more serious shit a nigga really could have told on. You know what I mean? Like to really get out. Instead of a nigga doing something to you on the streets and you gonna do something to him.
It's fries and a drink, just $5.99. Oh.
It's Rated TV. Let's get right to it.
That shit crazy though. Nigga fight for their time, now they gotta fight. Think about this.
Told in 1968.
Yes, I do.
Can you read that real quick?
Yes. Okay, so this is what they dropped. It says Parker High School, located at 6800 Stewart Avenue, was the scene.
I'm trying to really see, is this even really, I mean, it's content, but like.
A leader of the Supreme Gangsters, 18-year-old Larry Hoover of 6853 Green Street, informed the police that he was standing in the school hall just outside of the principal's office when two of the East Side Disciples appeared. These boys, James Highsmith, age 18 years, of 6534 Emerald Avenue, and Leonard Longstreet, age 20 years, of 633 West 62nd Street, were not students at Parker High School. Hoover related that the two walked past me in the hall, and Highsmith smiled. Then Longstreet said, "Burn them," and Highsmith pulled a gun and started shooting. I got hit. Bullets also struck two bystanders. Mildred Siebels, age 15 years, of 7214 Peoria Street, and Lewis Jackson, age 15 years, of 6815 May Street. All three Parker High School students were shot in the leg and were rushed to St. Bernard's Hospital for treatment. Only minutes after the shooting, police officers arrested Highsmith and Leonard Longstreet. At the time of Parker High School battle, Longstreet and Highsmith were at liberty on bond awaiting trial on two separate shootings that occurred earlier in the summer. At the same time, the police also arrested 17-year-old Gregory Williams of 6538 Morgan Street, who was carrying a pistol in the Parker High School hall. Williams was a member of the Supreme Gangsters. A Cook County grand jury subsequently returned an indictment number 68-3443, which charged James Highsmith and Leonard Longstreet with aggravated battery on Larry Hoover. Preliminary hearings on the case were held in the courtroom of Judge David Serta on September 17th, 1968. Attending the hearings was Vicky Berry, age 16 years, of 6629
Jay said he looked it up, it's official.
Vicky Berry was a member of the Supreme Gangsters, of which Larry, and then it cuts off right there.
So This supposed to be paperwork and documents, right? That's what it's supposed to be, a court report, a police report? Evelyn, it's supposed to be a police report?
I just got this article. I'm not sure exactly if it's a police report, but it looks like somebody's reporting on the actual incident.
Right? In order to get police reports, court paperwork.
So y'all call a foul on the plate, Cap.
It's probably available, but you would have to go down there in person and request it. And that shit is probably held in some type of library somewhere, right?
Right. I would think so. They did give the actual what is it? They gave that number out, which was the indictment. It says the Cook County Grand Jury subsequently returned an indictment number 68-443.
Big Cap, that man could have been free.
And Leonard Longstreet with aggravated battery on Larry Hoover.
So,
like I said, this not the. We not putting no charge on them. We not putting we not putting shit on them. We just, going with the content and seeing what they saying and reacting from there.
We talking about 1968. We talking about the height of all these organizations being established. We talking Black Panther areas. People might be here or something, I don't know. We talking about the height of a lot of things, right? So when we dealing with this, right? Larry Hoover go to jail, I believe, is 75. So we talking about
any man, black people praise they smart.
This just me.
Fact.
Ain't no way from 68 to 75, his growth years to becoming who he is to his organization, his clique, his crew, whatever they want to call it back then. We know Mr. Hoover don't represent that today, but I find it hard to believe it was a shooting and some dudes was incarcerated and they still put this man in position to be who he is. He goes to prison.
And he went in 73, so shoot, that was even 2 years.
73, so we like 68, that's 5 years. He goes to prison. When he gets to prison, he is who he is. You hear nothing of it. That piece is going to be coming in a minute. You hear nothing of it. In prison, it's broke in prison, and back then, it was some of the most deadliest, dangerous times, I'm sure. You hear nothing of it then. 10 years, 20 years, he catch bad time, life sentences. He goes to the feds, you hear nothing of it then.
Right.
30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 52.
I don't hear Wax saying nothing bad yet, y'all.
You hear nothing of it until 24 hours after a party. So my question is, who went down or had knowledge of the court building and requested these documents? We need to know where that person is.
Right.
Because without that person, I'm going to call it Cap. I'm going to call it...
What call it Cap, y'all?
53 years, no, 58 years. The 5 years he was on the street. The 53 he been confined for this to pop up. Okay. A lot of these people might not be alive, but shit, where their family members at? Where's the chatter of this at?
Right.
I have heard nothing about it.
Where the chatter is, y'all?
24 hours after Larry Hoover been pardoned by Trump on the Fed side, all of a sudden, some alleged snitch paperwork pops up from 1968.
Nah, Wack did right on this, y'all.
I'm gonna tell you what this is. This is a plot employed to try to get Larry Hoover assassinated before they release him from them state facilities.
Damn.
They're trying to plant a seed right now with them youngsters. Plant a seed right now in that state facility for somebody who may want to get a rep, might want to get a rep, and have an excuse.
Catch the play. Wack put it out, calling his cap because Wack was beefing with Larry Hoover and the GDs for
We
real.
can finally go outside and get some fresh air and use one of these people.
He ain't free yet though.
To assassinate him because they couldn't do it.
He close to it.
You gotta ask yourself, why now? They said he's gonna be transferred in the next 2-3 weeks, right?
Yep, they transferred him already. He at Dixon right now.
Okay, so now he's.
Man, I know that's a good feeling though. Beefing behind Supermax.
Now he's wide open. Hey, listen, all the
Shit,
youngsters
not
out there
underground.
in that Illinois state, don't fall victim to it. They trying to get you to do that work. This man has been too high profile.
Double O, what it
The
do?
government, the FBI, would have released this shit. Now, I don't know who behind it. Your pizza for y'all. But it must be somebody behind it because you're not going to get me to believe the 5 years he was out from 68 to 73, nobody knew about this. From 73 to...
Ain't nobody gonna touch that, man.
Is when he caught his Fed shit. So we got 83,
Great, what it do?
24 years in the state. Nobody knows about this. He's rising to his height. These dudes need to talk.
So Grady, you call a cap on the play too?
He was 24 years old on this situation. Them dudes would have spoke on this. That nigga told on us.
Yeah.
It would have been out there somewhere, somehow, some way. Fuck it. We know a lot of them might be dead now, but what happened 24, 34, 44, 54, 64? What happened in the last
20
50
years.
years from his youth to him being an elderly man?
It's a good
Fresh
question
coffee's
though.
nice.
Door, first door.
And fresh flowers.
And
24 hours after a pardon where they gotta move him from a federal facility.
Oh, Larry Hoover,
to a
right.
facility. All of a
Ain't
sudden,
no gang
some
bigger than
paperwork
GD
comes
in the
out
world.
From 1968,
Wack
which is only
Klein had trying to
obtainable
straighten his
from
face.
the
10
archives.
days
If you go
fake.
to the court bill to request it, and you will probably
Wack got
have to be
into
an
it with
attorney
Hoover,
and
son
or
too. They
those
couldn't wait.
individuals
They
that
had
was
that
part of the
motherfucker in the
case, get
cut.
paperwork, all of a sudden they're
All
up in
Wack
it.
worker. They had that joint in the cut.
Nah, and I'm quick to jump on this.
Just said you quick to jump on it.
I've been catching the flack for being, I don't know what they say, I just been speaking my truth. But in this situation right here, I believe this is a plot and a ploy to poison some of them people's minds in the state facilities who may be
Wack don't believe me, y'all.
and or against whatever organization Larry Hoover stood for and represented originally, which we know he has denounced it all. So you may have some people got some ill feelings about that who don't understand the political stance and why he had to do that. I don't see that as a weakness. I see that as a strategic move.
Right.
But let's look at the facts. Somebody need to first show us the receipt of going to order this shit from the archive.
50 years.
Court. It gotta be a body that says we're the one that went and requested. You ain't just pulling this off the internet.
Right.
No. Even if you go look up on Google.
Wow. Not even a whole day to survive. And they plotting, planning.
That man it ain't been a whole day and all this information that came out allegedly.
Like, now, really?
It go back to, like I said the other day, man, you know, one thing we know about Larry Hoover, the old Larry Hoover, you know what I'm saying? He was tied in with just more than the streets. Real paperwork too. That was spreading on Hoover for a while. Damn. Real. I don't know how much, you know. I just know information like that, man. Assumptions, allegations like that, man. They really got to come with some real shit, because I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people out here that still fuck with his name. I think it's true, but he's still chief and still the biggest to ever walk this mug. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, God. You see, oh Lord. You shouldn't even, oh man. Nah, wait a minute though. Wait a minute. Greater. But see, listen, y'all. We finna have a good life. Yeah, we finna have a good life until you said that, Greater. We finna have a good life. We was finna, you know what I'm saying? We was finna have a good life until you did that. We can still have one. We finna have a good life, but I kind of feel like since you done said this shit, man, we gotta keep it a buck then, man. We gotta keep it a buck, man. You know what I'm saying, man? We gotta keep it a buck. Okay. All right then. Let's say, according to who could have took down this. Okay. It's a glorious day, right? This motherfucker. Yeah, it's glory. He told. So guess what? Hey man, listen here. We were gonna sit on this motherfucker, man. We were gonna have a good talk. But check it out. This is what we finna do. This is how we finna do it. So Greater, you mean to tell me, because I see the similarities. I see this is kind of like, you know what I'm saying? This is like his home. It's his home. So we there. Oh, shit, whack, rat ass started this. Okay, but check it out, Guala. What you plugged in? Guala, are you plugged in? God damn it. Wait a minute. Are you plugged in? Because it's a whole lot of goddamn hostility coming from that screen, King. But listen, this how we gonna do it, though. Nothing but respect. Everybody who's watching, who yada. But we just gonna run it back just a little bit. We gonna pause for the calls. Wack was beefing with Hoover's son. Now he's scared. Okay, that's cool, right? Fuck that though. We off what Wack talking about. This ain't got nothing to do with Wack no more. We talking to greater discoveries. This ain't got nothing to do with Wack. This ain't got nothing to do. So hear me out, Guala. Guala, calm down. Calm down. Woosah. Woosah. Let me get it back. Let me get it back for a minute. Let me get it back, then I give it back to you. Let me go. right. So let me go. Let me get him, G. Let me get him. Get him, G. I got him. Get him, G. I got him. Let me get him, G. Let me get him, G. Let me get him. So we going back up to what Greater Discovery said. This is where we going with it. See, I wasn't gonna say a bitch ass thing, but he said what he said. All right. I'm gonna pin this one. Just for the sake of what we talking about right now. Now in life, every person figure. Remember, we watched New Jack City the other night, which I had to go back and trim every goddamn segment out because they wouldn't let me rock like that, right? So we talked about Nino Brown, right? And then Nino Brown, y'all remember how coming up, it was so many references made to Nino Brown 9, towards Nino Brown. To only come out there, when we really think about it, we in retrospect, we think about the movie, we look at it again. Nino told. He said he's gonna take a lot of motherfuckers down with him. It's bigger than him, So it was just good raps. We weren't really thinking, damn, Nino. Or maybe they were just glorifying the life before he told. So, in saying that, how wouldn't the same rules apply? Greater. If he did what he did, so pretty much now you're going off of I want to see him out. He deserves to be out type of situation. He older now, but yeah. Give me a little feedback on that. Because how could, even though it was before, that time, he did this prior to forming the GDs. Man, ain't shit but a red, ain't shit to glorify. That ain't paperwork. Even red ass said. Damn. They said it ain't. They said that's it's a news clipping. It's from the Commercial Appeal or something like that. I ain't one for shit. I'm just asking if it would, because he said what he said. They quoted from him, right? Them his words, allegedly. Yeah. Not quoted, them his words. All these years where it's been on ice. On ice, apparently. Shit. On ice. Cap. You call Cap. Flag on the plate. He said, wait on this. Wait on this. Waiting on this. On this very moment. Because you got to think about it, man. I'm pretty sure I'm going to say this. It's going to be a class in the generation who not gonna give a fuck. You know, the people that want to see him free, more so his family, the Minister Farrakhan, also a Chicago native, people like that. I'm pretty sure they want to see him free. And I don't know if he did what he did, but you know, I'm gonna say what I always say. It don't look good. You know what I'm saying? It don't look good. Who's stripping it? Who's stripping it? It ain't about who's stripping it. It's about, if it was that, it was who's still honoring it. Hoover could have told on 3 guys. It's bogus as hell, folks, because none of Larry paperwork has ever been sealed. That ain't paperwork, though. So why niggas is all of a sudden looking into his file? Ain't mine. I see that, you know, I knew that was going to be it ain't paperwork. It's an article. Yeah, it ain't paperwork. It's an article. It's an article with allegedly for entertainment purposes, his words. Not a quote. They got his words saying, you know, he's saying what happened. They took what he said and wrote it down. So, you know, not a quote, not a phrase. He gave a play-by-play according to the article. They always gonna try to find a flaw in a real nigga, but guess what? They did. He shouldn't have did it. I'm gonna say this. You know, they been going back for a minute and digging into a nigga records and be like, oh, he was a kid when he did this. But you gotta look at after allegedly, after he did what he did, look at the shit he did after the fact. That's the part that makes me feel like it's bullshit though, G. Just being real, because look what he did after the fact. I'm pretty sure when he was with them guys, when he caught one of the charges, it might have been damn, I lost my train of thought now. But yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure when he caught one of them charges though, just going back to the 200 years he got, shit just really don't add up though, G. He could have talked then. Work person who spoke on the bullshit and pay niggas to run play. I just feel like then, like, unless he did to the right, wasn't no charge part. He didn't have a charge partner. They got him dead to the right. Now, okay, man, this you wham. But other than that, he could have spoke his mind and got some more niggas indicted and jammed up too. I don't know, man. You know, I don't know. That's why I wanted to do a reaction on it. It wasn't gonna do shit for him. They had to make an example. I can respect that too. I can respect that. I'm gonna do me a little research on it, dive into it a little more. I was gonna jump into Offset and Cardi B. Offset said you got more bread. I gotta keep this shit up, gotta keep this shit going. Yes, sir, I need alimony. I need all the money. Not alimony. I need all the money. That's what he told her. I need all the money. Keep this shit going. He couldn't shit that was gonna help. Nah, he couldn't do shit though. He couldn't do shit. Y'all jump in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about Offset telling Cardi B, I need all the money. Who with that nigga? He ain't rat. Fucker, agent, whack, and 1090. I can respect it, man. I can respect it. Like I said, I'm not I'm just hearing it out, putting the content out far as, to be subjective or, I don't know if he done it. Hoover definitely had done dirt with King David and Jeff Wood. Telling on them would have definitely got him off the 200 years. So that's what all I'm saying. So it kind of don't make sense in that nature. But we gonna get into it though, man. We're gonna check it out a little more. Yeah, break that Cardi hoe. Yeah, break that card. Yeah, break that Cardi hoe. She all at the games with a tall nigga. She looking up. He said, yeah, break her. Yo, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yo, you right, though. Yeah. So I don't know. That's why I said I don't know though, man. I don't just want to put that jacket on the old man. I just want to run some content and see how it is. See what the YouTube streets feeling about it. Whack. Sign agent called Meet Your Rack with no paper. You kinda throwing Meech's name out here though. Meech shit a little more complicated than this though. Meech shit a little bit more complicated, man. He ain't the only motherfucker saying that. Come on now, man. Meech shit a little more complicated. Meech shit a little more complicated though. That's all I'm saying though. It's too many motherfuckers saying this and that. We gotta put the personal relationships and isms to the side. Come on now. Show that shit. Show it. Unseal it. Leak it. Develop it. Produce it. Print it. Screen it. Type it. Fax it. Airmail it. Email it. You know what I'm saying? Man, show the unsealed. This is what we asked a long time ago, Guala. You a cut and dry type of motherfucker. You a cut and dry type of motherfucker. Anytime a man has anything sealed, what comes to your mind? That's what we gonna start doing. Fuck all that. Anytime a man got anything sealed, that's what. Just all as an answer to that question. Is that a cause for concern? When a man has anything concealed dealing with his case, is that a cause for concern? Can you answer that one? Don't answer nothing else. Can you answer that one? That's all I want to know. Can I see your side? They getting weird. I appreciate the super chat, but what'll work? All I'm asking, it's always gonna be a but. But what I'm asking is, when it's sealed, I'm talking when they got it sealed, when you can't see it, when you can't find it, when you can't look it up, when you when it's sealed and you a street nigga, street figure, is that a cause for concern? Is all I ask. That's all I want to know. I wouldn't call Meech a rat. Tammy was stupid enough to work the feds on his behalf. She couldn't do it without him, so Meech a snake ass nigga. L-word. It could be true. Two things could be true. But when it's sealed, man, what the hell is? But when it's sealed, is that a cause for concern? Ain't nobody answered that question. When it's sealed, is that a cause for concern? When you know people gonna be wanting to know what really happened. You still ain't answered my question though. Is his shit does he have sealed type of situations? I'm just asking it. Cause you got all this goddamn other shit that you keep on putting up, but you ain't answering what I'm answering. You still just typing your motherfucking ass off, but you ain't answering what I ask. Listen to me. Okay. God damn it. Okay. Use a smart guy. Use a smart guy. So stop it. Won't y'all answer some of these questions that I'm producing instead of just, That's true. But if I'm a street figure, then let me cook, God damn it. If I'm a street figure, and there's been a whole lot of this and that going on with my shit, and I know I'm not coming home to a corporate job. I'm not coming home to go fill out a 9 to 5. So whether my paperwork's sealed and if my paperwork is present, the shit don't even matter. Because what I'm going to do, hey, my background, my paperwork is going to boost whatever the fuck I'm doing being who I am. The only thing that could hurt my image is what's sealed, man. Unseal it, man. Think about it, man. Think about it, Tommy Dong. Think about it. I'm a street figure. I'm a kingpin. I'm the biggest. From Spain to Maine. Hello, I'm Johnny Dang. So listen. If I know this shit here is gonna boost it where I can lay it all on the cards, I can lay it all on the line, and gonna validate these whole 20-some years, and I know I ain't did nothing. That's all I'm saying. This shit look good for movies. This shit look good for whatever it's supposed to look good for when it's a nigga can see how it lined up. But long as it's sealed and you got people challenging what's sealed, people that used to be around him, it's different, bro. That's just all I'm saying. It's different. It's different. It ain't just 1, 2. It's, this shit running out of motherfuckers who kind of coming out the woodwork saying this and saying that. And then what they always say, man, people normally know who telling. There go Blue. That's what I'm going to say. People normally know who telling. They said Blue was telling. Tekashi was telling. Tekashi knew this. Tekashi knew who was telling, man, Just want to be a good. Man, you the motherfucker that just sent me a super chat and you already talking like this? Man, that shit crazy. I hate you send me that little cash now. All weird like that. I ain't hate you. Nah, yeah, I don't know what you is. You bullshit. You know what I'm talking about? When you get to doing all that type of shit, that's kind of like chat line vibes and shit like that. Motherfuckers just get to doing all that type of shit, man. Cut it out. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, come on, bullshit. Yeah, come on, man. Take your money back. I'm straight. Literally, take your money back. I'm straight. Telling the truth, he definitely had some rats in his circle, for sure. So, like I said, OP, yeah, for real. I'm straight. Get your cash back. I ain't gonna get that shit the next month anyway. We straight over here. Man, get that shit out the screen. All that old bullshit. Let me get it out the screen anyway. I can't even rock with this shit. I don't even know what you're doing. We got kids and shit over here. Listen, man, don't put no bullshit like that on the screen. Hey, you don't see me over here talking about none of that old weak ass shit that you talking about. Don't put no bullshit like that on the screen. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know what this about. I don't even want to be reading that type of shit. Weird ass shit. Do it one more time. Yeah, block. God damn it. All that old shit, man. Go start you a channel and do that, man. What the fuck y'all be on? But you know what? It is after midnight. You know what I'm saying? It is after midnight. But yeah. So, like I said, you know how they always, I'm going to say this. Me personally, in my personal life, I'm not finna know every motherfucker who telling. I'm not finna really, that ain't even the circle I run with. That ain't even the type of, I'm not finna just be, I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's cool to keep your ear to the streets. But, man, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't, come on now. Say this, Tammy Snitch, big time drug dealer. You still ain't answer my question though. You see what you did? You see what y'all did? Y'all came back with some more rebuttaling, but you still ain't answer my question though, Guala. You still ain't answer my question though. You still ain't answer my question. That's all I'm saying, bro. You still ain't answer my question. Fuck the paperwork. I ain't talking about the paperwork part. I ain't talking about the paperwork part. Yeah, now nigga phone dead. Yeah, I know it is. Fuck the money. Talking about my daddy watch. Man, fuck the money. My daddy watch. Tammy been ratting. Okay. Tammy been ratting. Okay. Say. Cuppy spent the story saying he got convicted for like 2 hammers, but he got time for a body. Them federal facts. She been a rat and was hitting everybody. She told on Terry White before Meech. I'm just talking about the sealed documents. You see how y'all going back in BMF history? You see how y'all reliving this shit? You see how y'all back in 2002, 2003? You see how y'all in Magic City? You see what I'm saying? You see how y'all in the car with O-Dog and shit? Damn, you see how y'all at Young G's first video shoot? Man, listen here. All I'm talking about is the sealed paperwork. And you guys, with your BMF archives and facts and your BMF tattoos, which I fuck with, shout out. But what I'm saying is, what does seal mean? What does it look like? Man, let them have this shit. They still gonna love them niggas anyway. No case, no face. Bet. Go for this shit. I feel you, right? I'm gonna let you have it, man. Cause, you know, one thing about a Memphis nigga, man, Memphis nigga head thick. Memphis nigga seeing and believing, though. You know, you can't tell a Memphis nigga shit. Yeah, but check it out, though, y'all. This weird ass person done came back in the chat. I really done got sleepy, though. I ain't gonna lie. It's time to lay it down. Man, fuck him. I'm finna get up out this motherfucker anyway. He bullshit. Pet ass. I ain't got sleepy anyway, though. But I'm gonna say this. I don't know. I ain't come on here to say what old man Larry Hoover did. You know, I definitely support the campaign on getting him out of the penitentiary. I hope that he is on his side so that he can enjoy the rest of his life with his family. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people that want to see him. He got a lot of supporters, and he definitely got a good story. He definitely got a good movie that, you know, he can still get out and compensate off his name if they let him. They might not want him to compensate off his name, though. You know what I'm saying? But it can be done. Fuck that. I don't know if it's gonna slow up any of the violence as far as dealing with the young people in Chicago, but it'll be a good look for Chicago overall. Not glorifying what he did to put himself there, but, you know, 50 years in prison is 50 years in prison. Probably ain't nobody watching this live. It's 50 years old right now. So, you know, free Larry Hoover. Whether he told or not, you know, I don't know. Really don't want to get into it. But, you know, hey, they got articles out. They got people talking about it. So we'll just have to sit back and wait and see if there's any validity to it and take it from there. Man, grew a tail even. Wax smut all the real niggas with his red ass. He ain't fucking with Whack 100. Man, y'all jump in the comment section, jump in the chat. That's a fake ass article. I'm gonna check that article out a little more and see what's going on. Like I said, this was merely a reaction video. I don't have any facts to support anything. Normally, I don't look into the shit too hard. I might research it though and see what's going on. But we'll see. 1090 said he researched it. He made it seem like it was, you know, 10-4. 10-4, you know, the other lingo. But I'm out of here. It's been real. Fuck with y'all. Tune in, don't tune me out. BigTruDat, Lay Bloomers, nah, that good shit. I'm out. Thanks for the support, though. Subscribe. Shout out to all the members, the moderators, Guala, Bo, Double O, Elwood, the ones that's on here tonight. Appreciate all y'all. Y'all go follow them. Go subscribe to their shit. Go turn them up, too. Appreciate them for fucking with me. But the sleep has set in. Whack name, Schmut. I'm finna check out some more whack content. We'll get into it, though, y'all. Interview on the way, too. Got some dope shit coming this week. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna shoot it. But I got an interview, live mic, live performance, and you know, we're gonna turn up. We out of here though.